Something Different, Episode 2. A lesson in humility. I'm pretty jacked up about this episode. I had a great bicycle ride recently that I want to share with you. If you like bicycles, you will enjoy this episode. If you are not so keen on bicycles, please watch anyway and maybe understand better why we like them so much. Like you, riding motos, fishing, going to the shooting range, skiing, whatever floats your boat. This is a lesson in humility for sure. For all of you non-bicycle riders, let me take a moment to explain a little bit about how these road bikes work. These bicycles are loaded with gears, 10 to 15 speeds. In the front are two larger sprockets stacked together, usually a 50 tooth, and then a second smaller 33 tooth sprocket. In the rear, there is a cassette of gears, an 11 to a 27 cog, for climbing. These gears are controlled by levers on the handlebars. Small sprocket in front, big gear in rear for climbing. Big sprocket in the front, small cog in the rear for high-speed flat roads. Here's a little demo of how the shifters work. Front left lever handles the front crank. Push the large lever in and it pushes the chain onto the big sprocket. Push the smaller lever in and it drops the chain back onto the small chain ring. Front right lever handles the cassette in the rear. Push the larger lever in and it advances the chain up the cassette to the bigger cogs. Push the smaller lever in and it advances the chain down the cassette to the smaller cogs. One last question. You may want to ask, where are the cameras located? One on the front, on the handlebars on a custom bracket. One in the rear attached to a newly placed rack I installed. As you may guess, there is much more to this setup than just a camera and a bracket. We can talk about that at another time. When I do this ride myself, I usually average about 14 miles an hour. Today's ride, we averaged 16 miles an hour. Electric assist or not, that is a huge jump, especially since I have only ridden 4 times since October. So who's on the ride today? Marcus, he's a bicycle mechanic, and he's our fearless leader. Bruce, he's a vineyard owner. Tommy, he's a plumber, a cancer survivor. And Tom, I just met today, is a badass senior citizen. And me, Richard, the old man. The two main characters in this ride today are Tom and me. I met Tom the morning of this ride. I figured he was in his 60s, but his equipment was set up for a 30-year-old. Tom is 65 years old. Not 100% sure of all these numbers, but they are close. His ride is a Merlin carbon fiber frame, carbon fiber forks, carbon fiber wheels. I will guess a Shimano Dura Ace shifter array, 5334 in the front and an 1124 cassette in the rear. This is an extreme setup for anyone over 40, I would say. I also will guess it cost $1 gazillion. Me, I am 77 years old. I have had AFib. I am currently on blood thinners. This does not stop me from doing the things I want to do. and I still ride my regular bicycle once in a while. My newer ride is an electric assist 2020 Orbea Gain. It looks and rides like a normal 10 or 15 speed if you want to. And I do ride with no power assist as much as I can to conserve the battery and get a better workout. It does weigh 28 pounds. In comparison, my 2011 carbon fiber Giant TCR weighs in at 17 pounds. I want to stress that this electric assist bicycle is assist. If you do not pedal, it does not go. The motor is there to assist up to 20 miles an hour and is a small 250 watts. The battery is very small, comparatively speaking, and will assist you for 40 miles if used sparingly. There are 3 assist modes, 1, 2, and 3. 1, very little assist, and 3, giving you the most assist when on a steep gradient climb. Our route today will be 30 miles leaving Cloverdale. From the north. We climb Dutcher Creek Road. This climb ranges from 6 to 8% with 9 to 10% pitches. One of 2 climbs today. Dry Creek Road south, fairly flat to Yoakum Bridge Road west, fairly flat to West Dry Creek Road, then south to Lambert Bridge Road east, fairly flat to the general store. Then we take a short break. Then south on Dry Creek Road to Lytton Springs Road, and another big climb, 9 to 10% pitches, second of the 2 climbs. East on Geyserville Avenue, a frontage road to Highway 101, north to Geyserville. Changes to Asti Road north to Cloverdale. So I want to show you something that we use. It's a little app I use called Cycle Meter. It shows us the route map, ride time, distance, current speed, average speed, also speed graph, heart rate, and elevation. Separate windows for gradient info and speed breakdown and splits. So here we go. A beautiful day in the wine country. Wish you were here. Dutcher Creek Road, the first of the 2 climbs and the hardest. I do my pull job, and even with assist, you can hear me breathing a little hard at the top. Down the other side to Dry Creek Road, with Tom already at the bottom and Marcus, our fearless leader, at my side. On to Dry Creek and a short hop to Yoakum Bridge. Across Dry Creek, which is overflowing with water and fish. Left onto Dry Creek Road. This is a nice low traffic road and doesn't hurt. It is beautiful too. A few miles down, we turn left onto Lambert Bridge Road and cross Dry Creek again. The group arrives at the general store for a short break and some small talk. Tom and I start talking a little bit and feeling each other out as far as their ability. Of course, he's 13 years younger than me. So we set up a pull and a 2-man pace line to Lytton Springs Road. What a hoot! It was fun to ride fairly fast and close to someone you trust. I was the puller, using my electric advantage, trying to stay steady at 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour is the top of the assist range I have. You can see Tom not pedaling at times and actually being pulled along in the draft. Over Lytton Springs Road and then left onto Geyserville Road north, heading back to Cloverdale. 10 miles to home. Leaving Geyserville, we set up another pace line with me pulling at about 18 and 19 miles an hour. Then we get a 4-byte pace line going. Again, you can see Tom is coasting sometimes, being dragged into my slipstream. The joy of cycling, friends, camaraderie, a pull, a pace line, a little bit about how bicycles work. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure and subscribe and tell your friends. The Something Different podcast is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you get. Thanks for watching and look for episode 3.